Namaste, beautiful beings. This is Belinda Pearl, and welcome to the Oracle. So, I do little readings to help us navigate the universe. I think that we're being guided every day. The guidance is, in fact, has been showing up we've been led on a pathway, and we're being asked to really dive into our heart center and discover a whole new world. And this whole new world is birthed out of our perception of our belief systems, how we see the world, and our expectations attached to all of that. So we had this full moon Gemini, which was on 12/12, and then it was at 12/12 when the moon was full. So there's this numerology that keeps showing up, and through the collective consciousness, this numerology helps us open these gateways. So when more people are believing in this full moon energy in the 12/12, this energy accelerates. And then also the 12 equals a 3. So there's this 3/3, and then 2019 is a 3. So we have this 3/3/3. As also, this is this unlocking a new dynamic inside of us, beginning to transform and experience spirit on a whole new level. This is why we've come down here, to really experience this human experience, so we can remember spirit in all things that we do. But it takes grace, and it takes a lot of surrendering into what guidance is taking us forward into, reminding us why we're here and what we are doing. So these readings are here to provide some insight. And so we're going to look at this energy of this last full moon of the year and the decade as we enter into the 2020, this new decade, the 20s. What is this teaching us to be in this place of faith and trust, and to be in that place of heart? So this is a continual cycle of self-mastery, coming into this place of truly self-loving, having the courage to step into a new experience. And the guidance also keeps telling us that change is inevitable, so there's no good resisting it. So why not, again, surrender into what is drawing you forward? And so the playing field will always change. So let us see if we can find guidance to help us through this 12/12 Gemini full moon, start of the eclipse. This is the ending of a decade, a starting of a new decade. What is new? What do you want to leave behind? The full moon is asking you, what do you want to take with you through? So new ideas can be birthed as we birth into this new collective consciousness, as well into this new consciousness. So whatever the collective is believing, and people are saying, yes, this is going to happen, all of us are going to step into the world and do something fantastic. And so when we all think this together, helps shift the vibration. So do think positive thoughts of how this is all going to help us. So I always like to ask people to think of an intention, even though how we're doing this in this platform. Your intention, the guidance that you will hear specifically from this reading, is going to touch the points in your mind that really need to be enlightened. So find an intention that's true for you. And it's a big intention: a new decade, last full moon, beginning of eclipse season, which is what do you want to let go of, and how do you want to move forward into the world. Take a deep breath in. And just let us see. So this idea, I'll show you the cards so you can just see it. There's this energy of new ideas being birthed. So, and it's kind of like the full moon, but it's also this cycle. So I think this eclipse time is going to be very important. And if you're in the United States, you probably won't see the eclipse, but it happens on Christmas Day, which in general, mostly because there's great cheer and lots of kids excited about their gifts. This energy is risen, if you will, but there's this eclipse is happening on the 25th. So there's this idea of what do we want to eclipse out of us? And maybe it's something that's been staring you straight in the face. Maybe you haven't been wanting to look at. And this allows new light to come through, this new ideas to come through. It is also an initiation and an attunement. There's this awakening through the place of the third eye. There's awakening through your expression too in life. There's also things that you are needing healing, physical healing. especially things that are in our flesh that have been there for a long time, especially when it comes to aches and pains. It's a story that's been told. So maybe this awareness is bringing awareness to any aches and pains that arise in the body or have already arisen. Where are they stem from? Where are they coming from? There's also this idea of, it is transformational. There's this idea of the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. But this all comes from your ideas, all your thoughts that you're having right now, the thoughts that you want to take with you into the new year, into the new decade. It would be a great practice to sit and be quiet and just sit and be reflective. We also had Chiron coming out of retrograde. Chiron is in Aries at the moment. And so what if our deep wounds, and these deep wounds that come from the place mainly what the inner child experienced. It's also how you show up in life, your divinity. What are you afraid of allowing to be seen? Sometimes those two are connected because as a child, we remember we were this way, and then maybe people told us not to be that way. Maybe you, as an example, you saw, elementals, and then people said that elementals aren't real. But maybe they are, maybe you have that psychic ability. So any wounds that have kept us in an old place, this is a transformational period. This is where we start to sprout our wings. This quiet stillness is important medicine for you to do. Again, they keep reminding me about this inner reflection, to be reminded that we're more than just this life, that we're more than just this body, that we are something else. So it's an idea. It's this idea of letting your light expand and seeing that you're part of the whole expansiveness. Can we do that with our thoughts? If you imagined in your mind that you're more than this body, more than this space, this room where you sit, you're more than this community where you sit, this country, this land, continent, you're more than this earth, you're more than this universe. That's an idea. Maybe it's clears the mind for a moment so you can just imagine, like, where's the edges of the universe, and can I go beyond the edge of the universe? What is there? Maybe it allows you to just be still and expansive and tap into the expansiveness. I think in that space you will find great epiphany and insight, new thoughts. I say new thoughts will be birthed. And there's also this idea of hearing, open your auditory field to not just hearing sounds around you, but hearing sounds that are kind of below the sort of sound frequency level that you can hear. So maybe, a dog hears a dog's whistle where we hear silence, but this could be sort of that clairaudience. So there could be this idea of, especially as we're going into gatherings and listening as we travel and we go, maybe awakening that clairaudient ability to tap outside of the noises around us. We really tap into the voice that's telling us, way to navigate, how to be, how to live in the world. More of an inner guidance. Again, this feels like it's such a powerful, transformative time. There's this idea, something new awaits, something new is coming forward. She's waiting, this idea of being transferred, but it's an energetic thing, so it's a receiving as well. And in this receiving, we become, not necessarily healed is the right word, but transformed. So this is a great anointing. So I look forward to this time that we're going to all transform together. May we transform with much grace and ease. May we find that which pleases us most. May we find that place of true, like, inner stillness and peace with the world within and world without. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is Belinda Pearl, and you can always find me at belindapearl.com. So from my heart to yours, namaste.